Hey, Vanessa,
Yeah, Sonny?
what do you call two best friends that love music festivals?
I guess you'd call them
Festies!
Music, festivals, friendship, festies.
I don't know if you got a notification, Vanessa, but we had a little bit of a snafu with our Austin City Limits plan. Our Airbnb got canceled.
Oh, it did?
Did you see?
No.
This morning, yeah.
Oh, this morning?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
They were
Why?
like, sorry, we'll give you a refund. And I was like, I
'Cause they
didn't
wa-
pay for anything yet.
Because they want to jack up the prices.
Probably.
Maybe.
You booked it too early.
Maybe.
They
But
didn't
yeah,
realize.
that's probably why, actually.
Yeah.
I didn't even think about that. They made it seem like it was like for construction or something. Like there was something wrong with the place.
We have so much time.
I know. People
No.
did say in the comments, though, that they had an issue with the bathroom.
I think that they didn't realize what weekend that was, and
Mhm.
they booked it at whatever price you got it at, and now they want to jack up the
Jack it up,
prices
yeah.
and put it back.
Barely
up.
over 1,000 for like
4 days.
6. No, I think I did Wednesday to Tuesday. I'm just so bad at leaving on Monday after a festival.
Oh, yeah. Nobody wants
But-
to leave the next day.
No,
Yeah.
no.
Also, I saw in some vlogs that the airport is crazy on that Monday.
Oh, good call. That's okay. We'll look at new Airbnbs. We can look at them together after.
We will find
yeah,
a way.
we were trolling through some this morning, right after Sonny got the email. It's like, oh, dang it.
Yeah, I went into like low key panic mode.
Yeah, but there's still some that are within the area of the festival that are like 1,200 or just 1K.
I heard some girl online talking about how she's gone to Austin City Limits a few times and it doesn't seem like they do any updating. Like she's gone to so many festivals and the production value and stuff is higher at other places. And Austin City Limits, she's like, I wasn't very impressed. She's like, but if this is the one you go to every year in Austin, like, yeah, it's great. They just copy and paste over every year.
Oh, I see. I was doing laundry the other day and just had vlogs of Austin City Limits going in the background. And this girl was saying there's more like branding stuff going on, little things to do and like booths and stuff like that. She did complain about sound for one of the stages.
Yeah.
So
Sound issues was one of the things she kept mentioning. She's like, and they don't fix them. It's like the same sound issues every year. But we'll see. Maybe this year is a little different.
Yeah, that's interesting.
yeah, we just talked about it for a second, but I wanted to wait until we hit record because I think everyone should watch the SNL 50th anniversary stuff that's been coming out.
Yo.
Did you know that they were in their 50th season?
Yeah, I did. I have been seeing that everywhere on like
Yeah.
Netflix
Yeah,
or
just
whatever.
SNL
it is.
50 with
Do
like
you watch
50 is
it?
the biggest font.
No, I don't. But I have. Ed and I go back all the time and watch like old SNLs.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
skits.
I don't. We don't watch it.
Like watch the
every-
show?
No, we don't watch it. But
Yeah.
we do watch the old classics with like the old casts.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
The different,
I don't know what-
like generations and stuff.
So-
Yeah.
Yeah. So they had a few different things. They had a 4-part documentary come out, which they got, different cast members to interview, and each episode was a different topic.
Which all of them are super interesting.
Yeah,
all
it
four
was
of the
very well
episodes,
done. And then another big part of it was the music. So SNL, right, they have a musical guest every episode and they do 2 songs. So they had a documentary that was just about the music, which Questlove, that was like a Questlove's baby. And it was just so good.
Yeah, yeah. Even if you don't end up watching the whole documentary, just the first 7 minutes, just watch that. Because it's like this super cool, stitched together video. Yeah, medley of like all these years of performances
Wow.
that they put
Yeah.
together. And you go, how did they do that? Insane.
Just music.
Yeah.
Oh,
Just
wow.
all musical performances, I don't even want to like explain it any more than that. Like it's
Yeah.
so cool.
I was like, are all of these songs in the same key?
Yeah,
Like everyone just made an agreement to perform, like
Yeah.
just
Okay,
how
I'm
seamless
gonna-
it was.
I'll watch that tonight.
Especially with the editing that you've been doing for the like stitching things together, and both of you have been doing all this audio editing.
Yeah, that looks
you'll
like
be
a nightmare.
What? You'll be like, how? How did they do this?
Oh wow.
Yeah, it's super cool.
There was those 2 documentaries. And then they just had a big concert at Radio City. And all these acts that have had famous performances on SNL came and performed. So it was basically like an Oscars, but without interrupting for awards. Like it was just act after act after act. And the crowd was stacked. Every seat was somebody.
Yeah.
So
Every
just,
cut to the crowd was like,
A-lister.
yeah, like, no, not a single, like, this shot has rows of A-listers.
Wow.
Holy crap. Oh my
Yeah.
God. Like, every single camera shot to the crowd was like, what the what?
Well,
Like,
everyone
Well, I
loves
think-
Lorne, so they would have. They
I was
all were
gonna
there.
say that.
They'd all be there. Yeah.
Jimmy Fallon
That was
I think Jimmy Fallon made a joke saying like, based on where you're sitting is how you know how much Lorne Michaels loves you.
Yeah.
he opened a show with that line.
Oh, he
said
did?
that. Yeah,
Oh,
he's like,
sorry.
that's how we did the seating arrangement. It was based on how much Lauren likes you.
That's amazing.
So
Yeah.
funny. And they also did a bunch of really famous skits being performed in between stuff, like music-based skits. So it'd be like,
It was really special.
yeah,
you know,
it was.
like-
We feel like we're like SNL'd out because we've watched all this
Yeah.
stuff.
well, I still have one more to list.
Oh yeah, there's
Yeah.
still like the actual.
Yeah, then they
thing,
did
yeah.
the actual SNL 50th anniversary special where a bunch of the old cast members came back and did skits, but it was like an episode of Saturday Night Live, which that crowd was also stacked in the really small
yeah.
like studio.
That kind of
stage.
stuff I love watching. Like that's the type of shit that inspires me all the time.
Yeah.
Like it's so those are always so inspiring, and like you said, what was the word you just used?
Special.
Special.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you can like feel
Yeah,
everyone's connection to SNL and like
yeah, through
how
the TV.
big it's been for everyone, and
It's crazy.
yeah,
they
It's
got
crazy.
Paul McCartney to perform at the special.
of course.
So yeah, but he was just here for the Super Bowl, so I was like, ooh, this makes sense.
Yeah, just for in between those two things, the Radio City, the concert, and the actual special, both of those are like 3 hours long. So it's 3 hours long, and the performances, you're like, how do you even coordinate all these different things we just saw?
A lot of work.
They let
It's
everybody do.
crazy.
Yeah, they let everybody do like 3 different songs. And I was like, wow, they're letting people have long sets.
Almost everyone did at least 2. It's like, that's insane. What is happening?
Highly recommend.
They did a really incredible job with all of them. Like the production of all of it is insanely high.
You know what
So
I just
cool.
thought of is there's not really a big reggae representation on SNL for the
Yeah.
performances.
That's a good point. There wasn't.
I have reggae on the brain because Vanessa actually went to a reggae festival
Yay!
since the last time.
We talked about it. I think we talked about it a little bit. The Lake Tahoe Winter Reggae Fest. We weren't gonna go.
Yeah. I mean, you were going back and forth on it for a while, but what was the final thing for you and Ed where you're like, okay, we're going?
Because I put my calendar up for February, and he goes, "Oh, we don't have anything fun on the calendar."
That's
And
a
it
good
was-
enough reason.
And it was Valentine's Day weekend, and we
Yeah.
were both off. I didn't realize it was President's Day weekend also, so
Yeah.
he didn't have to work on Monday, and I didn't have to work on Monday.
Was there traffic getting up there?
No, because we went on Saturday morning,
Oh,
but I think there was a lot of traffic Friday getting there.
Oh, probably.
But it was also in South Lake Tahoe
Mm-hmm.
near Heavenly, which there's North Lake Tahoe and South Lake Tahoe, and
Yeah.
you take 2 different ways to get there. So I don't know if the traffic was terrible going to North Lake Tahoe, like towards Reno, but it took us 5 hours, which is normally it's like 4.
Yeah.
So there was some traffic, but not a whole bunch, and the roads were clear. We like had bought chains just to be sure.
Oh, yeah.
Because there was like a snowstorm earlier in the week. But no, roads were clear. It was fine.
I
We
wouldn't
had a
even be
blast.
worried about that with Ed.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
We took his truck because it's 4-wheel drive.
Where did you end up staying?
We stayed at a little Airbnb, like a little cottage
Cute.
type hotel, and we were only like a 5-minute Uber ride from the venue, and
Oh, yeah.
it was at Tahoe Blue Event Center, which is a new venue that they opened in like 2023.
Oh, wow.
It's a sports venue, so they have Tahoe now has like a hockey team,
Oh,
like
nice.
a professional hockey team.
That would
I
make
think
sense.
it's minor. So it was not like a huge sports arena. It was pretty
Mhm.
small. They have hockey there. They have a bunch of concerts there,
Yeah.
and this little 2-day reggae. Well, I shouldn't say little. It was some big names.
Yeah. How does it Like literally the size of the festival. Like how does it size up to ones that we've been to together?
It's only
like,
a few thousand. It's not like tens of thousands. It's pretty small. 5,200. So it's small.
Yeah.
And the floor never seemed packed. Like it
Oh.
was really easy to get in and out of the floor to go get drinks, food, or go to the bathroom. Like that
Nice.
was really easy. So that was really nice.
It's crazy how much that matters
It does matter a lot.
now.
Yeah, especially as I get older. And like the crowd was good. There were some people that seemed a little messed up, but they were having a good time.
Yeah.
And there was also this family with these two little kids that were just hanging out in the back, like dancing. The dad and the daughter were like going crazy dancing. She was like maybe
Love
3.
that.
It was so cute.
Was there a lot
But-
of weed smoking?
Yeah. As soon as you walk onto the floor, it smelled. But the security guards were like roaming around
Yeah.
the whole time and just, they were nice though. They'd go up to you and be like, okay, can't smoke here.
Put that away.
And
Yeah.
put it away. And then it was fine. But
How many stages are there?
it was just one.
Just one? Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
That's my only, with me getting old, my only complaint, not complaint,
It's
but
okay. You can complain.
we really were just so excited to see Dirty Heads. This is the good and bad thing about it is like everyone played at least an hour,
Oh yeah.
maybe more. And so everyone got a good, nice set of the band.
Right.
But then you have to, if you're not there to see everyone, you have to stand through all of them. Which I guess that was my regret, not getting seats, actual seats, and getting floor tickets. We should have got seats so that we could, because we ended up sitting for all of Iration in the back, like against the seats. You could sit there
On the ground.
on the ground. We were sitting on the ground.
You were talking about the crowd. Did you make any festy besties in the crowd?
No, we didn't.
No. Wasn't that kind of vibe?
Yeah, I mean, it was Valentine's Day weekend, so it was like our little.
Yeah.
We just kind of kept to ourselves, but we could have. There was friendly people around us, but
Did you go 2 days? You went one
we
day?
just went Saturday. So it was a Saturday and Sunday event. So Saturday was the only day we went on the 15th, and that was Pipe Down, Fortunate Youth, Rome, Iration, and Dirty Heads. And Sunday was, oh, I'm gonna mess this up. Lizano. You never heard of them? No. Lizano, The Expendables, Common Kings, Steel Pulse, and Revolution.
Wow.
We saw Steel Pulse not
Yeah.
that long ago.
For open for Shaka Khan at Stern Grove.
So we missed Pipe Down and Fortunate Youth, but we saw Rome, who used to play with Sublime.
Yeah, how
and
was
Sublime
that?
with Rome. So he left Sublime. So
Right.
now he's focusing on like his solo music career.
Love that.
And he's so cute. Like he's the most
I had a feeling.
appreciative.
I mean, I feel like it took a second for Sublime fans to accept him. And then I feel like they eventually did. And then now they're following him after
Yeah.
he's leaving
And his
Sublime.
music's really good. So
Yeah.
I remember we saw him with Sublime at Shoreline last year
I was with you.
when he brought his parents.
Oh, maybe not. No, wait.
We went to Slightly Stupid.
And Sublime with Rome.
Oh.
It was both.
So I think that was in 2023. We saw them again last year.
Oh, okay.
And he's from Fremont
Oh, what?
and he's Mexican.
Nice.
So I love that.
Yeah.
But he was at Shoreline and was talking about how awesome it was to play there because he grew up around here and, he had seen a
Oh,
bunch of shows
yeah.
there. And he had his parents on stage, which was super cute. But yeah, he's the most like appreciative and like genuine guy. And he's just like, I'm so grateful for everyone that's ever listened to any of my music. And
Yeah.
I'm putting out some new stuff. So he played some new songs and they were all so good. Even Ed said, I can't wait to hear more of his own solo
like,
stuff.
The album to
it's-
come out.
Yeah. So loved him. So after Rome, we saw Iration and they're from Hawaii, but they were formed in Santa Barbara.
Oh.
Or Isla Vista is where they like came together. To me, they seemed the most seasoned, and the lead singer, he just stood up there the whole time and just played his guitar and sang. His voice sounded great. He seemed really comfortable.
Like at
They've-
ease.
Yeah, super at ease. They've been a band for like 20 years, which so has Dirty Heads.
Mhm.
I didn't know they had been together for that
Oh,
long
yeah.
too, even longer.
The Expendables too. The Expendables been around a long time too.
Yeah.
Quick story time. Clark and some friends did the high school talent show and they wanted to do the Expendables. They say pack this bowl for 2 or smoke this bowl. No, pack this bowl for 2, right? Yeah. And they were like, no. So what did you guys say? Share this bowl? What did you say?
We've got this one.
Not even about a bowl.
I said we got this one for 2.
We got this 1 for 2. 1 for 2 special.
Because after that, it's, and I am gonna wanna share with you. It's just share.
Oh.
There's no.
Oh, no smoking.
No, yeah.
So it was a quick, easy.
Yeah.
It was only like the day before that they told us we had to change it.
And then you guys were like, we're going to say it anyways. And then did not.
Rebel.
Weren't the badasses.
Got too scared. I really liked Iration though. They were like super vibey and just seasoned is all I can say. They were just, they were perfect. Then Dirty Heads came out and they were explosive.
Yeah.
Like no other person before them was like this. Like you can tell most of the crowd, I think, was there to see Dirty Heads.
Okay.
Although, no, maybe I shouldn't say that because people were very into everyone else before that. Like the crowd was really good, but they just came out so explosive and everyone was having the best time.
Yeah.
There was these guys next to us that are probably the biggest Dirty Heads fans. They were sweaty and dancing and jumping around. They were singing to every song.
Love that.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like the headliner, like everyone's kind of on the same level that plays before, and then the headliner is just like a bigger production. Like all of a sudden.
That's what it seemed like, yeah. But also I think of their music is a little bit more like lively and explosive and energetic. Yeah. And so Dirty Heads are from Huntington, California. All these bands were from California. Huntington. So that was started like in high school. Jared, the lead singer, and Duddy B, they went to high school together.
Cute.
And that's where they formed their band. And that was like 98 or 96 or something. They've been making music together. And then I had never heard of them until I started dating Ed. But they had that song Vacation that like blew up in 2021 on TikTok.
Oh.
I'm sure. Do you know any Dirty Head songs, Sunny? I feel like.
No, but I know I have some saved on my Spotify from a long time ago.
I think she know Lay Me Down.
Oh, yeah.
That's the one with Rome.
That's with Rome.
Okay.
And so that was cool.
Did he come out?
Yeah, that was cool too. Having all these other bands there. They have a song with Common Kings, and Common Kings was playing the next day, but they were there, and so they brought Common Kings out to do Heavy Water. It gets the people going. Yeah. Every time they bring artists out. It would have been really cool if they brought out Tech Nine for Burn Slow, but that's we're never gonna see that. But
that would be
random.
It's so random.
We would have,
I know.
We would have started this conversation with that.
I know.
Yeah.
He left Kansas City? No. Yeah. So that was really cool to see the collabs. Like, get to see that live. We've seen Rome do Lay Me Down with them too. Yeah. Before, but always fun. And it's so cool because they've been doing this together for so long. Like when Rome came on stage, he was like being silly with them. Yeah. Just like laughing and like changing the lyrics to the songs and being like, does that work? Yeah. Like it was a lot of fun to see them up on stage. And then Jared and Duddy, like Ed said this, he goes, but they're so locked in to like each other and work so well together. Yeah. Like they also seemed so comfortable and seasoned. And Jared, the lead singer, was like, this is our first show of the year and I'm so excited for the rest of the year because you guys are killing it. He was just so happy with the way the crowd was enjoying the show. Yeah. It was spectacular.
Was the place big enough where they had a screen?
They did have screens on both sides.
Nice, okay.
It wasn't huge though, the venue. Like I said before, it was like it's a hockey arena, but it seemed way smaller than a regular, way smaller than like an NHL. It seemed weirdly intimate too, because we got pretty close, even though there was a VIP section in front of us. Yeah. We were pretty close and you could see everything so clearly. There was issue with sound, like the mic's not working and stuff. But I don't know if that's a venue thing or if it's like the Dirty Heads, like their team thing.
Could be
like
both.
Because they kept switching out mics and stuff.
Yeah, I mean it could be
But
both.
I didn't feel like it took away from the awesomeness of the show.
When the sound was good, was it good?
Yeah. Yeah. And I was wearing my earplugs.
Fancy
and
earplugs.
I did feel like it helped because then I would take them off. So I don't know if this was because I was wearing my earplugs and then would take them out to hear the sound without them. and it sounded so noisy.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that, but I don't think that's like an issue with the sound. I think that's just like me hearing the difference between like wearing my earplugs and what it normally sounds like.
It's interesting that you notice that because we don't really know that those speakers, other than the instruments we're hearing, also it's like a ton of noise coming out of it, you know? So that's what the earplugs cut when you put it on. But you don't really realize it. So yeah, that's definitely why you noticed.
I think the sound was great. Everything sounded clear. Their voices were clear. But when I put my earplugs, when I would put them back in, I'm like, oh, this sounds nice. Like I can hear everything clearly. I can still hear all the music, but that noise that's just like buzzing or I don't know what it is, but it cuts that all out and you just hear the good music.
It's electrical
noise.
Yeah, like you know when the power goes out and you're like, oh, I never noticed how loud the refrigerator is.
Right.
Or the TV has a hum to it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
That's what it's getting rid of.
So I just realized all the years of damage I've been doing to my ears without earplugs.
What kind of earplugs do you use?
We used our Eargasm Earplugs, which is our first partnership, brand partnership. You know, Sunny set a goal. We want to do 2, and we've got 1 so far. So yeah, we partnered up with Eargasm, and I was scared that I wasn't going to have them in time to like use them at this festival, but I did. And yeah, they are spectacular. Yeah. So these Eargasm earplugs, the ones I got specifically, they reduce the sound by 16 decibels. Mm-hmm. So you're still hearing everything pretty clearly. It's not like you're plugging your ears with like the foam earplugs, but they just reduce that sound 16 decibels so that you're not hurting your ears. And like I said, it does cut out all the noise that you don't need. That's just damaging your ears.
Yeah.
I loved them. They were great. I thought they still let me hear the music clearly. I could still hear people around me, like the energy, like the vibe around you. I didn't feel like it took me out of the atmosphere, you know?
I love that I don't have to take them out when I'm having conversations with people.
Right. Yeah. I could still hear Ed talking to me. Mm-hmm. Probably even better than if I had them out, you know? So Eargasm was nice enough to give us a discount code for you guys to use.
Yeah.
You can get 10% off your own pair of Eargasm earplugs by using code Festies10 at checkout.
My dad, being an older, experienced musician, he knows how important it is to protect your ears. So growing up, it was always like, you need to wear earplugs. I'm just like, no, those are for losers.
Your dad always told you to wear earplugs and you never did?
Yes.
I wish people were telling me to wear earplugs. I never was like, oh, I should wear them, and I just don't because I don't want to. I never even thought about wearing earplugs until recently because my hearing is awful. I always have to turn the TV up so loud. I think we've mentioned this before, but now I see, you know, the importance. And these are Eargasms. First of all, the name alone of the company, like I would buy them purely on the name alone.
Well, yeah, that's kind of what I was getting at, is that it's not just the foam ones anymore. They have like designer earplugs. You're not a loser to wear them.
They're inconspicuous.
Yeah. I think on the website too, there's different options of like styles, right?
Yes.
Like there's ones that are for raves and ones that, you know.
Yeah. And there's some that you can use as musicians, and they lower even more than 16 decibels. I think they range from like 16 to 21 or 28, I believe. Yeah. Depending on which ones you buy. But they promote them for not just concerts and festivals, but also like for motorcyclists, and they have some for swimming. They have kids ones.
Oh, could you imagine if I've been wearing earplugs since I was a kid?
Yeah, I'm not going anywhere without mine anymore. Yeah. Because it just does make the sound much better.
Yeah, I mean, I keep them on my keys all the time. Oh yeah, that's the other thing that's cool is they come with like a really fun little keychain that the top screws off and you have your earplugs handy all the time.
Yeah, you can hook them to your bags. You can hook them to your keys. So make sure you guys go check out Eargasms. We have a link, or just make sure you use Festies10 at checkout.
Yeah.
For 10% off.
I wanted you to fill in these blanks for me.
Okay.
Okay. If you blank, then you should definitely go to this festival. But if blank, then you probably should not go to this festival.
Oh, I wish you gave me this ahead of time.
I didn't on purpose.
I know. Let's see. If you if you love reggae,
I was gonna say love reggae.
if you love reggae, you should definitely go to this festival because it's really good names, like well-known reggae artists that everyone loves.
Yeah.
And it's so small that it just felt intimate to me for some reason. Even if it
Yeah.
was a big-ish venue, it's not like a little theater, like it was a big event center,
Yeah.
but it still felt small-ish. And the seats, so like the seating all around, like at a normal, sports arena,
Mm-hmm.
it felt like they were closer, like the nosebleeds
Yeah.
weren't that high.
Yeah.
Everyone played for a long amount of time too, so it's not like you were getting short little 30 to 45 minute sets.
So if you're a true reggae fan,
True reggae fans definitely should come to this festival because you'll get a great show, and it's just one stage, so you won't have to miss anybody. You can see everybody if you get there early.
and then, but if you don't like reggae,
If you don't like having a good time and being around, no,
Yeah.
there's really nothing bad that I could say. Oh, here's one. Here's one actually. If you don't want to lose a bunch of money, don't go to this festival because there's casinos everywhere around the
Okay.
event center, and we definitely did some gambling and we lost some money.
yeah, there you go. If you love reggae, then you should definitely go to this festival. But if you don't want to lose money gambling, then you shouldn't go to this festival.
Go see them somewhere else. If you're a gambler, don't go to this one.
Yeah.
Go somewhere else where there's no casinos around. Well, so we had to go to the casino to wait out
We
Uber.
had to go.
because it was so cold
Yeah.
that we could have walked. It was only like a 1.7 mile walk back to our Airbnb,
Yeah.
but it was so cold.
Yeah.
And we didn't have the right jackets. And so we ended up waiting at the casino for like an hour and a half to finally get an Uber.
Oh, so the Ubers took a long time?
The Ubers were taking forever. And at first we were waiting out the surge prices, and then it was taking too long. So we were like, let's just book one. And then that took even longer to even get connected to one.
Oh.
I would go again if I planned out my weekend better
Yeah.
so that I could take advantage of like being in Tahoe,
Right. Yeah. It was such a last minute
Yeah.
decision. I feel like you always knew, though, that you were going to go.
No, we
She's
really
been talking
no.
about this festival.
We really weren't going to because we bought the
Clark
tickets
agrees.
the week of.
But that's what I'm
And we
saying
had
is
that
like
weekend off.
somewhere deep down, you knew that you were going to end up at this
Maybe.
festival.
Maybe, yeah.
You manifested it for you to have
Well,
that
it's
time
so
off.
close by.
Yeah.
It's like if it was somewhere else that we had to fly to, then no.
Yeah.
But it's a quick drive to Tahoe.
Well, that was a good recap.
Maybe next year we can all go together.
Yeah.
Because I know Clark likes reggae. He's only in 2 reggae bands. And I think next year maybe we can all go and have a skiing / music weekend.
/ Valentine's Day weekend.
Yeah. Sunny's Festival Corner.
Yay! March 21st to 23rd, we have Arizona Jazz Fest in Glendale, Arizona. It features top jazz, R&B, and soul artists. The headliners for that are Al Green and Charlie Wilson, with other names on there, Babyface and Nile Rodgers and Chic. This next festival wins for the best name of a festival, I think. It's called Mustache Bash. It's March 22nd in San Diego. It just started as like a bunch of friends hanging out, listening to oldies and just embracing that culture and having a good time. And then now, 16 years later, it's like the funk soul festival for that area. The headliner is Chromeo.
Ooh.
Yeah. And then another act that we know is Classics. Next, for Vanessa, we have Country Thunder, April 10th to the 13th in Florence, Arizona. This festival is 30,000 fans strong.
Oh, wow.
And it's Arizona's biggest country music festival. And there's tent and RV camping. Headliners are Riley Green, Keith Urban, Hardy, and Bailey Zimmerman. The last one I have here is April 24th to the 27th, Viva Las Vegas Rockabilly Weekend. It's at the Orleans Hotel in Las Vegas. And actually, fun fact, it's Las Vegas's longest running festival, like ever. And it's also the world's largest rockabilly event.
What is that?
Rockabilly?
Rockabilly? Hold on, I'm going to Google this. Rockabilly is a subgenre of rock and roll that emerged in the 1950s, blending country, blues, and rhythm. Oh,
Why don't
so
I listen
like
to my
hillbilly.
gut? I was
Like-
going to say country. Yeah.
So like hillbilly rock, rockabilly.
Yeah, headliners are Les Green, Tim Polecat, Bobby Brooks Wilson, and Alton and Jimmy. And that's the last one I have.
Stagecoach is that
Today.
same weekend.
I skipped Coachella. Coachella is also within that time frame too. The season is here.
It's approaching. It's fast approaching.
Yeah,
No, it's here.
it's here
Next month. What? It's February, so yeah, by next month.
I feel like Coachella is like the first big one.
Okay, Festies, make sure you're following us on Instagram and TikTok at Festies Podcast. Subscribe to us on YouTube and wherever you listen to us. Please leave a 5-star rating and a review.
Only leave a review if it's 5 stars.
Yeah.
If you don't think we're 5-star worthy, then just don't do anything.
Yeah. If you have nothing nice to say, don't say
Don't
anything
say it at all.
And make sure you guys get yourself a pair of eargasms. Protect your ears. Stay hydrated.
And check on your festies.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Festies.